Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another speed build and we are building a family home today. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in the world of Strangerville, coming in at around 127,000 simoleons. I did not limit any of my pack usage in this build, just to put that out there. However, I do hope to be doing probably a base game build sometime this week, so be on the lookout for that. I'm always trying to do some more limited pack builds, so I'm always open to suggestions. I believe very recently I did the Seasons limited pack build, which was a ton of fun, and I'd love to do more things like that in the future. But I wanted to go wild today and just use absolutely everything, and I really want to fill up all of the lots in Strangerville because I love this world. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I hadn't built on this lot yet, so I thought today we would build something that's a little bit more of a Victorian inspired home because that's kind of the style in this area, a little bit of that and a little bit of, I think the style is Carpenter's Gothic. I think that's the style up here, but I wanted this home to be modeled after Victorian homes and trying like a house that's trying to look like it fits in this area. I'm thinking this is a lot they've recently either demolished a home on or wanted to build on, but most of the other houses in this area have been here for a long time, and this house was just recently built and meant to kind of fit in. So it's in the same style, but it's a new house. So everything in it is brand new, and I really like how it came out. It's very fresh and clean and kind of, I would say modern in like, because when I think of Sims and I think modern, I think of like boxy builds with giant windows and stuff. But like modern as in like current day. It's very, very modern in that regard, and I really liked it. Anyway, we have like a tower like this on the front and the back of the build. And downstairs, there's one bathroom, and upstairs there are two, main hallway one and an ensuite. However, only one of the bathrooms in the build, which is the one on the main floor, did I include in the footage. I didn't even film the other two because they're using pretty much all of the same furniture, and I was trying to cut down on what footage to keep, but still keeping the floor plan in, so that is included. And I spent forever editing down this footage because sped up it was 33 minutes, and I just spent hours getting it down to 20 minutes and 43 seconds, and so I'm pretty proud of that. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much the shape of the house coming together. We have like 2 porches on the back, a balcony up top, and a porch on the bottom. Also, this house has a pool, partially because it's in the desert and it's warm, so I thought a pool would be nice, and partially because I got a comment recently asking if I could add pools to my houses, and I realize it's been a while since I've had a pool in one of my houses because I've been really into tiny houses lately, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in my head to like have a pool. But I guess I could make a tiny pool. That's an idea. I will keep that in mind. But I haven't done a family house with a pool in a while, so I thought this house would be a nice one to have it. So I hope you guys do enjoy that because I imagine it gets pretty hot in Strangerville. I mean, it's a desert environment, so it's like always summer here. I mean, you can get the other seasons here, but it's not going to snow unless you have like mysterious weather going on. So I feel like this is a good place to have a pool. So we're just figuring that out right now. I decided it should be rounded on both sides, and we go ahead and put it over here and end up having like a little deck area around it. I just really like how it came out. I feel like it's a kind of cozy pool section. And then we have a couple of like little garden areas back here as well. The backyard's nothing too crazy. It's just got a pool area, a place to like dine. We have a like barbecue and a couple places to sit back here. And then later on towards the end of the build, I do add some planters out here too if you want to go ahead and develop your Sims gardening skill. I almost said career, but that's also a career now too. So either one. And so this is just a little table and a nice little bench. I almost called it a balcony. That's a bench, not a balcony. And then I used a lot of planters out front, which I thought looked really nice. The ones from Jungle Adventure. I thought it just looked cute because like at the end of the driveway, at the beginning of this lot, there are planters that are kind of framing the lot, and I thought I could mimic that by the stairs. I really liked that. So I wish we got some of the plants from this world, or even the planters like at the end of the driveway here, or the walkway here, because I would have loved to have those as items, but that's okay. But here we are flaming a garden bed, framing a garden bed with these red rocks to go ahead and fill this area in with a bunch of foliage. I try not to overdo it, and I do use a lot of more like desert-y plants, and I didn't keep all of that footage in because it took a very long time, so you'll see me placing some things down. I used some of these flowers from I think this Romantic Garden stuff. I used them in a purple swatch in a build I did earlier in the week. I believe the vertical tiny house I did, and I loved them, so I really wanted to use them again. But here we are painting the exterior of the house. It ends up being this like light brick as well as like some white and brown siding. It's very like neutral and fresh and clean, and like I said, I imagine this is a new house that was built, so I wanted the color palette to kind of represent that. So it's very neutral on the outside and just like fresh, I suppose. That might be the title of this video. I actually don't know what I'm naming this house while I'm recording this. All of my files for this, like the thumbnail I already made and like this video file, it's called Unnamed Strangerville House. So hopefully that is not the title of this video, but I guess we'll see. I'm sure I'll come up with something, but I have a feeling it's gonna be like fresh Victorian or new Victorian or modern Victorian or something along the lines of that. But here we are doing the floor plan. I couldn't decide if I wanted an opening to the kitchen when you first walked in or not, but the back corner is going to be the kitchen, and then now we're upstairs. I tried to, like, all the spinning camera around, I tried to get rid of that, but this, like I said, has 3 bedrooms. I imagine that there is parents that live here, a teenager, and a newborn baby. So we did bedrooms for those Sims, and I really enjoyed it. The teenagers room was a lot of fun because I was thinking originally like a kid that was into music, or a teen that was into music, and then I was like, this is Strangerville. We're gonna have a teen that's really into conspiracy theories and video games. So their bedroom has like a bunch of the posters and stuff you can unlock in the game that have like the Loch Ness Monster and cow plants and aliens and stuff on it. And then they have like video games and stuff and a couple other things. I just really enjoyed that room, and I feel like every time I do a Strangerville build, there's got to be somebody that's a conspiracy theorist here. I mean, a lot of weird stuff is going on. It only makes sense that somebody in the family, in every household, is just like, I'm on to you. I'm on to whatever's happening in this area. So that was really, really fun to do. But this is the kitchen area. It's very light, but I also used these dark wood cabinets and countertops. Well, I guess the countertops are white, but the under cabinets are darker colors, and I really like that. I also enjoyed using this floor that I'm using throughout the house. It's a base game flooring that I really, really like. I don't use it that often, but I know the very first house I ever built in The Sims, I used this flooring, and I was like, yes. And I just thought it would look really nice with this house because I wanted something that looked, I guess, new and really pretty, but like I didn't want like light floors. I wanted dark floors and light walls throughout this house, and I thought this one would work really well. And plus I kind of overuse like cats and dogs floors, so I thought these would be nice to go ahead and use. And then we're just getting some clutter in the kitchen. On the island, we have some nice fruit and some flowers, and then some baked goods over by the stove, which I thought made sense. You know, you bake all the yummy things and you put them in there. I wish I had like a thing like that to display baked goods, but then again, I don't, because then I'd probably make more baked goods, and that's probably not a good idea. Although I have brownie mix because I don't know how to bake, so like I buy a mix. Well, actually, I know how to bake certain things. Like I make like very special, not special, but like particular Christmas cookies every year that's like from scratch, so I do that. But brownies, I don't think I've ever made from scratch. Maybe I should do that. But I have brownie mix and ice cream, so I'm thinking maybe later I could bake some brownies and have some vanilla ice cream with that. That sounds delicious. Getting totally off topic. This is the little table I put in the kitchen. I just wanted a place for 2 people to sit down and eat, but we do have a formal dining room in this house as well, which has plenty of space. And since I imagine there's a newborn baby in this house, there's no toddler stuff in the house yet. There's just like a bathtub for when the baby is old enough to be bathed. So if you do end up having a baby or a toddler in this house, you're going to want to add toddler stuff like a potty and some toys and high chairs and stuff when they do age up. But of course, you can change the bedrooms to fit your Sims needs, whatever Sims you have living in this house. It does have 3 bedrooms, so it's open to that. And the teen bedroom is fairly spacious, so that could probably be made into a bedroom for 2 kids if you wanted. But if you guys want to download it, You can change whatever you want, and it is available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also down below, and I'm going to try to link it to the online gallery down below as well. If you want to, you can click the link and it'll bring you to the page to download it. I'm trying really hard to include that in my more recent builds, so hopefully that will be included if I remember. If not, I apologize. I'm trying to start that. I mentioned that I think in my last video. That's something that I'm trying to incorporate into more of the videos because I know it's definitely helpful for some of you guys to just be able to click a link and download a build from there. I just forget about the online gallery sometimes, so working on it. Hopefully that will be linked down below. But this is the side table in the dining space. I think it came out pretty cute. It's really simple. I actually really love that dining hutch that we got with Jungle Adventure. I think it's my favorite one in the game, so I was excited to go ahead and use that. And then in here we are using these couches that, oh gosh, where are these from? They're either base game or city living. I really like them, and I kind of put two of them together to make an L-shaped couch. They do clip a bit, but it doesn't bother me that much because they're not like vibrating clipping. You can just see part of the couch through the other one. Whereas like some things that clip, it's like vibrating on screen, and that bothers me. But these, yeah, they just kind of look a little funny in the square that they overlap. I think it's fine. But anyway, we are adding a little table down here. I did size it down to kind of fit it into the space, and I'm just remembering I was supposed to play test this and I didn't. Like I have a sim living in this house right now. And they've been walking around and doing things, and nothing's been a problem yet, but I wanted to make sure they could sit on those couches because that table actually takes up all those squares, even though it's smaller. So I'm going to play test that and make sure it works. And if it doesn't, like finagle it a little bit before I upload it to the gallery. But that should be up now and working already. I just haven't done that yet. So I'm glad I'm thinking of that now. I will do that as soon as I finish this voiceover. But anyway, we have a chess table over here, and there's quite a few bookcases in this house. I tried to include a bunch of skill building items, so your Sims have like most of what they would need. And then I added a cat tree over there. I did add everything you would need for a cat. In this house. It could be a dog as well, but there is a kitty litter box upstairs in one of the bathrooms. I did not record that bathroom, so that won't be in the footage, but everything you need for a little furry friend is in this house, so no worries on that regard. And here I am just placing a couple of gardening books down on the table, which I thought would look kind of cute because, I mean, Strangerville has some kind of weird thing happening with plants, so somebody's got to be researching that, right? I just thought that would be a cute little thing to add. And that's pretty much it for this living room. We're just adding a little globe bar in the corner and another painting. And I think we should be heading into this area, which I thought originally was going to be an office, but I had such a perfect space for a grand piano, and I just think it looks gorgeous here. This is like the entryway, and I don't know, I don't use grand pianos very often, and I thought this was a perfect spot for it. I imagine maybe like they want their kids to get into like piano lessons, or maybe one of the parents is really into it. It's a very beautiful piece to have in your house. And I feel like I don't play with the piano that much in game. I really want to because I think it's so pretty. So hopefully at some point I will get a chance to do that, but I really liked that there. And then we also have the thermostat over here. I thought about adding the parenting board from Parenthood, but I didn't kind of find a spot that worked best for that. But of course you can add that if you want to download this house and you want to use the parenting activity board. What is it called? I think it's just a bulletin board, and you can like set your curfews and stuff on it. It's a really useful item. That's one of my favorite packs. I absolutely love the Parenthood game pack. It is so much fun. But anyway, this is the entry table when you first walk in. We end up just having a plant, and I do put it in this planter, which I thought looked pretty cute. And I changed the color like 800 times because I couldn't decide which one to be. But I kept the brown one in the end because I really like how it tied in with the floors, and I didn't want everything to be too light and airy. Like I'm trying to keep it that way, but like have a nice mixture of like the brown tones from the floor and the white tones on the walls. And then I raised up this shoe rack to put it on the bottom level of that table, and then just adding some artwork in this hallway. And I think that's pretty much it for this main entry hallway here. And we'll be going into the bathroom, I believe, the one that I do include, which is on the main floor right off of the living room, correct? I think that's where it is. But we do add a mirror in the main hallway as well. So this, it's off of the dining room. This is the bathroom downstairs. It's a really funky shape. I feel like the rooms that have these like tower pieces in them are always really funky shapes, but I quite enjoy that because I don't know, I just feel like it makes a house have a little bit more personality when it has fun shaped rooms and it's a little bit of a puzzle. And I've talked about this before, that I really like figuring out puzzles in the game, like how to make something work, which is a huge reason why I love building tiny houses, because it's like such a puzzle to figure out where things go. And I know this isn't a tiny house, but there'll probably be plenty more of those this week. I have a whole bunch of ideas and I'm hoping to spend some time building tonight, so I'm excited about that. But this is the upstairs landing area. I make it into kind of a functional office space, which I quite liked. And we use this gorgeous painting that we got with Strangerville of the mountains. I just really like it. And of course, we add a bunch of postcards on this bulletin board as well as some clutter on the desk. It's fairly simple up here, but I think it works out nicely and is a nice space for you to do whatever you need to do on the computer. And I think this is the only computer in the house. I feel like lately I've been using a lot of laptops, but I don't think I added one in this house. But that would be a nice thing for the teen to have. Granted, I don't think I have a surface you can put it on, but you can literally put it on a table and then they can bring it into their inventory and use it wherever they want. So that would work. Anyway, here I am adding some clutter in the hallway. I thought just some towels and storage for stuff like that would be a nice addition in the hallway. And I placed in a laundry basket there. That's one of the functional ones from Laundry Day stuff. But then I realized I didn't add any of the laundry stuff in this house. So I go back and switch that out later for one of the base game ones that's non-functional. But you can, of course, add laundry into the build if you'd like to have it. This is the master bedroom. It is so pretty. It's so light and green. And I really liked this master bedroom because I feel like it does a good job of mixing kind of like an older style bed with like a newer, fresh color scheme. And I don't know, it looks really clean. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like it just looks so pretty. And I feel like I don't use this color scheme too much. I don't know how many times I've used that color of that bed. I've definitely used the other grain swatch before, but I don't know how often I use the mint one, and I just really liked the color combination in here, so I was pretty happy with this bedroom. But we're just adding some artwork over here above this chair I went and placed in the corner, and then there is the wardrobe by the door and the dresser and mirror over on the other side of the room. But we're just adding a couple more clutter pieces. I love adding little laundry baskets in bedrooms. I just think it's so realistic. They just folded laundry. It's at the end of the bed. They didn't put it away yet, and I really like that. But this is the conspiracy theorist teen bedroom that I was mentioning before. I think it's so cute, but you can kind of see I was thinking, I don't know, maybe they're into music or something. I have those blue posters on the wall, and it's very blue in here. Very, very blue. But over time, that changed. Well, the blue did not change, but the theme changed, and I quite enjoyed it. But here we are just adding a video game console and a little box TV for this teen to go ahead and spend some time with video games. And here I'm like, oh, these posters. Yes, this is what I want this room to be. And I had a whole lot of fun with it. I think these items are so cool. And I also added this debug item, which is a box from City Living that just has a bunch of junk in it and some stuff on the floor. And I don't know, this was so much fun. And of course that lamp that has stickers all over it. I also added the Elements collection in here. I thought that could be kind of fun when you're exploring, finding stuff, as well as that little terrarium with like, I don't know what's in there. It looks like a haunted house, and some books and stuff all around, a nice mirror, just a bunch of stuff everywhere, and of course more alien posters. And then I put this shelf by the window as well that has just a bunch of books and stuff on it, as well as I add a boombox or a stereo and a pile of CDs. I thought that would be kind of cool for this teen, and a bowling pin, because why not? I feel like a lot of kids, when they had birthday parties at bowling alleys, and then they got a bowling pin like that everyone at the party signed. So that's kind of what I was imagining that bowling pin was. But here is the baby bedroom. I imagine it's a little girl's room. It's very purple in here. I quite like that because I really wanted to use this rug, which I think is from my first pet stuff maybe. And I apologize that I kind of use that pack a lot. There are a couple items in it that I really, really, really like. Mostly the blinds, which I don't think I used in this build because I was actively trying not to. However, I used that rug, so I'm so sorry about that. And the color scheme in here is purple and green, and I really, really like that because I feel like the colors, like the color swatches I picked, go together really nicely. I mean, you know, purple and green kind of could remind you of Barney. But I also don't know how many people of the younger generation know who Barney is anymore. When I was a kid, that was like the kids thing. But anyway, I really like the green and purple in here. I think it's a cute color combination and a fun color for a little kid's room. Plus that little shoe decoration I have above the chair has a purple shoe and a green shoe and a pink shoe. And it's just really, really cute. I love that decoration. And I thought it would work really nicely in this room. But we're just trying to figure out some clutter to put on the baby changing table over here and the, what's it called? Shelf. I almost called it a fence. So I just added this little princess doll from Debug and a little birth certificate. I just think it looks pretty cute in here. And then we just added this little wardrobe thing over here to fill in some more space. And it'd be a good place to keep diapers and blankets and toys and stuff like that. It's kind of what I was imagining. And of course a height chart. But we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. We're just adding some planters outside and then we're going to be going into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching and I will see you sometime this week for more builds. Bye everybody.